Do you remember me and my friend from preschool's last encounter with the Little Einsteins episode where Pinky Dinky Doo becomes Pinky the Eraser and erase the Little Einsteins universe, and our last encounter with the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse episode where Tickety Tock becomes a wear-clock and makes Mickey Mouse and his pals members of her pack? Well, we have encountered VHS with the name being Peep in the Big Wide World. If you have no idea what the show is about, it's about a yellow chicken named Peep, who's curious about the wonders of the big wide world with his friends Quack the Duck and Chirp the Baby Robin. But there's one episode where Peep joins the evil robot by the name of Tex. So here's our story. Our class is heading back to our preschool after our field trip to the farm, when we saw another package next to us. "Hey dude, it's another package," I told him. My friend from preschool opens the package and inside was a Peep in the Big Wide World VHS. The cover consisted of Chirp, showing Quack and Peep that she can fly with text above them reading Peep in the Big Wide World. "You can fly, Chirp." The spine cover had Chirp. As we got to nap time, after show and tell, we inserted the tape in my friend's portable VCR, and it displayed the Warner Home Video logo. But after the logo finished, a voice then said, "Stop right there, Warner Home Video." The male voice says, "What do you want?" "Oh, you're saying that I'm in the Chaff area now, right?" The logo spoke. "No." The male voice answered. There was an explosion as the logo changed. The sky is red and the logo is now depressed with dull and gray vision. Then it shows the PBS Kids Dash logo, but Dash has his same malicious grin as of Dash's vengeance. The previews then played in order were Arthur, Kayla, Super Y, Barney and Friends, Redding Rainbow, and Zubumafu. As the episodes played were Chirp's Flight Program, Spring Thing, Chirp Builds a Nest, The Red Bow Moon, and Who Stole the Big Wide World. After the episodes played there was a warning. It took place in the credits, as Quack's voice can be heard off screen. Warning, the fun with our buddy Chirp is on hold to tell you about this next episode that is made by Ted Morgan, who was kicked out of THX headquarters. PBS Kids, The Hub, and Discovery Kids tried to stop it from airing, but it was too late. He aired the episode anyway. Please watch and proceed with caution. With that out of the way, let's continue having fun with Chirp. My friend is about to scream too, but thankfully I cover his mouth, so he doesn't wake up the other classmates. The episode starts with the usual intro of Peep in the Big Wide World, but the sky was gray and the music quality grew distorted, and the vocals were demonic, but nobody didn't mind it, not even Peep. The title card then came, and it shows Peep turning evil, and joined Tex with text above them reading the Chaff. Then the episode began with Peep, Chirp, and Quack having a dance party. It was a normal no big deal day, the narrator declared, and Quack, Peep, and Chirp are having a dance party and they all dance in their own. But before the narrator could say anything, the radio turned off by itself. It scares Peep, Quack, and Chirp. "Oh, who could have do this to our music?" The narrator cried in horror. The radio then shows a screen with what looks like the DHX mascot Tex himself. "Hey there birds, did you miss the T-Man?" Quack and Chirp sigh in boredom as Peep got really angry, and pointing to Tex, "Tex, what in the big wide world do you want from us this time, you childhood-killing robot?" "Nothing." Tex answered. "Good old Tex, he just wanted to drop in and say how much he's enjoying your show lately." Peep gasped as Quack and Chirp gained smiles. "Gee, thanks," Chirp said. "The stories have been cool. As for the music numbers, they are surprisingly top-notch," Tex said. "That is so nice," Quack sang happily. "And the catchphrases were indeed hilarious." Tex giggles. "Well then," Peep said, "if we want to make one person or more people happy, it was all worth it." As Chirp and Quack continue making good comments on Tex until Peep stops the scene with "Hold it, hold it. How could a red robot like you enjoy my show? You don't like anything about it." "That's right, yellow chicken," Tex mocked. "I Tex the T-Rex hated it, but look on the bright side, Peep, your disaster of a show has finally given me an opportunity to finally destroy you and the big wide world once and for all." "And how are you going to do that, mister?" Quack asks. "I've been able to go to Discovery Kids headquarters and dig up some scenes that are peculiarly cut from your show." Tex answered. "What?" we gasped. "And I'm going to show them to your audience," Tex finished. "In public?" Peep screeched. "I don't think so. Those rubbish scenes are removed for the good reason." Chirp panicked. "Once your beloved audience sees these terrible clips, they'll run away screaming. Not only that, but your friends and loved ones will also run away too," Tex said sinisterly, before grabbing his merkin and tilting it upside down. "Ladies and gentlemen and everything in between, it's time for scenes that are too terrible to be included in Peep in the Big Wide World." As clip number 1 shows Tex disguising himself as a parrot, while Zurg disguised himself as a pirate. "Captain, I'm craving for a cracker. *SQUAWKS*. Tex squawked. "Here you go," Zurg said, as Zurg gave Tex a cracker that made Chirp and Quack laugh, except Peep, who was feeling confused. "This fool thinks he's the pirate's parrot," Quack chuckles. Dagnabbit, that's the wrong clip. I thought it was about your shame, not mine. Text size I wish I had a partner who can help me show the clips of the chicken loser's shame. Peep thought for a moment, before grabbing his yellow juice bottle. I can help you. Then welcome to the DHX team, Peep. Text greeted. After Peep drank all the yellow juice he shatters the glass and Peep had the same appearance as my last encounter. The evil birds. Peep then shows clip number 2, which is a deleted scene from the fish museum, where Quack loaded the fish onto a balloon, but when the balloon lets go of all the fish is sent flying into the beak of an eagle. Fish, the eagle said. Ended clip 2. Quack and Chirp didn't think the scene was funny, nor was it a charming gag. Gag is the key word. Tex answered as he and Peep vomited. This grosses us more than Chirp and Quack are grossed out. Jokes about an eagle eating fish, what could be lamer than that? Peep asks sinisterly, and if that's going to scare off that yellow chicken's audience and his friends, they haven't watched the show for themselves. As the audience meter appear from 100% to 86%, it then cuts to the fish in Quack's pond, as they saw the meter thus swam for their lives in closing the fish museum. I know they are used to the skin to trash, Chirp said, but this next clip should prove it. Quack replied, correct, Blue Duck with White Hat. Do you remember a time where you and the yellow chicken loser decided to visit the real world? Peep asks in a greedy tone. He wants to give the show a reboot, and does a million attempts to get us there. Chirp responded, but his budget is 1,000,000 times low. Tex said, facepalming. I guess he can save money by staying here in real life. Quack chuckles nervously. Really? Are you ready to show the chicken loser's fans how that turned out, sexy Texy? Peep asks. Yes I am. Laughed Tex, as clip number 3 shows Peep, Chirp, and Quack in the real world. This is shocking to me and my friend from preschool. Peep, Chirp, and Quack never visit the big wide world in real life before. What is this place? Chirp asked Peep. This must be the big wide world, only it was in real life. Peep answered, check out this grass. It looks just like the grass we have in our big wide world. And look at this bush, and this tree. Chirp ordered, we must be in some sort of extensive live-action show, don't you think, Peep? Yep, and by the way, I bet that Paramount is shaking in his boots. Peep giggles. Just then he looked around. Where's Quack? The sound of Quack disgusted exclaims are heard off screen. This got Peep and Chirp's attention as they rush over to the real pond. Quack, are you okay? Peep asks in concern. No, this pond does not look like the one I have back in the big wide world. Quack cried, I just wish that there is some way for me to get back to my pond in our big wide world. Hey, I know where we can find the expert in the real world that can help you get back to your home. Peep answered, come on. As he, Chirp, and Quack ran off to the science museum. Ending clip 3. There's nothing better in life than watching amateurs failure. Tex left. Yeah, and that cost $1 million to take us to the real world. Chirp said. Is our life savings gone? Quack moaned. No. Peep responded, and so is his audience. Look. As the audience meter appear from 86% to 64%, it then shows the beaver family and the frog, who saw the same thing and they started panicking while running away. Just then Chirp gave Quack a speech that went like this. Sure, that yellow-feathered friend of ours made us lose a few fans and our friends, but fortunately people will always love us, and by the end of the afternoon, our people will always explore the big wide world. Yep, we forgot your yellow-feathered friend explore the big wide world sometimes. Peep sinisterly said. Do you remember a time when he explored the petting zoo he grew up in, and where his grandfather lives? Tex asks. It's supposed to be the Peep version of Kalamazoo, and it's also where he heard his can talk. Let's see how that one turned out. As clip number 4 shows Peep grabbing his backpack. Oh boy, I can't wait to see my grandpa at the petting zoo I grew up in, he declared. Just then Peep's can jittered and shake, and while it was jittering and shaking, it grew 2 eyes with black pupils and a red mouth. Glad you are going to visit your grandpa, because Chirp and Quack already left for their vacations. Peeps can spoke. Chirp, Quack, left for their vacations. Police, they'll be just fine. Even for me, Peep reassured as can. It then shows Peep heading off to the sunset as Squeak, Nelly, the bunnies, and Raccoon all said good luck to him. That ends clip number 4. It then shows Squeak the mouse, Nelly, the bunnies, and Raccoon watching as the audience meter went from 64% to 42%. They all ran in circles, while packing their bags and leaving. And we have a feeling your yellow-feathered friend's ratings will drop at fucking 0, after we reveal the oh-so-dramatic and emotional way he sang his little cousin to sleep at the petting zoo he grew up in. Tex said, revealing clip number 5 or the mystery clip. Clip number 5 or the mystery clip began with Peep taking a newborn chicken in a diaper, named Cheep, to his nursery, and he holds him on his head, and sang this lullaby. Now look what you've done. Quack boomed. Now that our audience is gone, Peep is going to be evil forever. Chip angrily boomed too. Now we can't do nothing. The narrator snapped. I can't believe our audience gone. I have enough of you. Peep says as he shots the narrator with a gun. Yeah, Tex mocked happily. His silly show got what it deserved. We declare Peep and the Big Wide World is now cancelled. A cancelled screen was shown, as a male voice was reading the cancelled sign, as Chirp and Quack went into the shot. What's going on? Quack asked, then he gasped. Oh no, it looks like the show's over. Quack shouted. Tex and Peep won, guys, the narrator is dead, we lost. I can't believe it had to happen. Chirp sighed. This is a disaster. Quack said sadly, I wonder what will happen to the Big Wide World when it comes back. When the Big Wide World come back, the sky is now red, and everything in the Big Wide World is on fire. Oh no, the Big Wide World is on fire. Chirp screamed. Quack froze for a moment. Chirp asked, Quack, are you okay? Quack then got on his knees as his looks changed. He now had his whole body pastel blue, and tears started to well up in his eyes. Quack then finally screamed, "No!" as it echoed throughout the entire earth. He then started breaking down into tears as he sobbed uncontrollably. Chirp places her hand on Quack's shoulder to comfort him as the screen faded to black. Then before the credits, there was a message in green saying, "Oh no. The Big Wide World is in ruins, Peep is staying evil, and working with Tex, and what's worse is Peep and the Big Wide World is cancelled. Can you help Quack and Chirp save Peep and get his show back?" Great. Then the end credits played, but the backgrounds are in shades of orange. The logos came up, but they are off. The 9-Story Entertainment logo played, but the background is maroon, and the logo looks like it was beaten up. The WGBH Studios logo played, but the logo had a scared look. I knew you could save Peep and the Big Wide World. Save yourselves. The logo spoke. Then it shows the PBS Kids logo, but Dash had black eyes with red pupils and blood coming out, and the scared-looking dot is in the logo too. Well, that's the end of everything as Peep turned evil, and working with Texas. Dash said. And do not forget you cannot visit bskids.org because of gore, violence, and death. Otherwise Tex will force you to go to dhx.com, so don't you dare. Dot spoke. After the closing logos, Quack popped into the screen, and he began to speak to us. It's all gone. The Big Wide World is ruined. I'm extremely going to miss every single adventure we had in our world, because Peep is going to stay evil forever. Well, thanks for exploring the Big Wide World with us. You broke my heart so sad. Farewell forever. I hope you will help Peep. Sigh. 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 Quack then started crying yet again, and before it took us to the end of the tape. Then after nap time, my friend from preschool hid the VHS. Until we get home from our preschool, we will never watch Peep and the Big Wide World the same way again, at least for 1 year. The end.